Hello YouTube, shintigercurl here, that dude in the straw hat, bringing you yet another awesome video. Monday night, you know what that means, time for some Raw. So it's the night after Night of Champions, and we got a lot of backlash and fallout from that event. So, what happens? Still got my notes, let's find out, let's take a look. Now, the first segment was supposed to go to Sting, but as everyone who has probably read the dirt sheets and the news websites have found out, Sting was injured last night, the extent of which is not known. All we know is that it has something to do with that buckle bomb as well as that table spot that he took during the match, and he had some neck injuries. So he was scheduled to come out first, and he was booked to appear tonight, but obviously to those who have watched, or those of you who haven't watched, you know that Sting is not here tonight. So I hope this is nothing too serious for Sting. So Steve, if you're out there and you're listening, Godspeed to you, and I hope it's nothing too serious and a quick recovery for you. So anyway, we open with the Wyatt family, and they talk about their win last night over Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose and Chris Jericho, which we saw the return of Asshole Jericho. Then Roman Reigns comes out and challenges Bray Wyatt to a fight. Not a match, just a fight. No referee, no time limit, no nothing, just a straight up fight. And Bray agrees. We have a small impromptu fight between the two men until Braun Strowman and Luke Harper decide to interfere. The Titty Master, Dean Ambrose, comes out to give some aid, but Mr. Strowman is still too strong. Then Randy Orton comes out to kick everyone's ass because you do not fuck with Randy Orton and get away with it. So there was that. Next up, Seth comes into the... we have a backstage segment where Seth tries to get to the Authority to have them do something about Kane. Kane is there, full suit and tie, and a really creepy ass smile. Apparently he's all chipper and shit. He's like, "I'm back, Seth, and you have a match tonight against John Cena. Yay!" And Seth's like, "Wait a minute. What you did last night?" "I didn't do anything last night." "So you're drinking coffee." We have Troll Kane now. I like Troll Kane. Anyway, next up, in our first official match of the night, the Astral Alliance, which is Stardust, along with the Ascension's Victor and Connor, team up against the High Fly Society, as I like to call them, aka Neville and Kalisto and Sin Cara, the Lucha Dragons. This was a rematch from last night. This was pretty much a pretty solid matchup to open up the show. Like I said in my review last night, I would prefer to have their match last night, go a little bit longer, and this one was a pretty good one. And the High Fly Society actually pick up the win. So they're trading wins back and forth. I hope they keep Stardust and the Ascension together. I like them as a team. Next up, Ryback, or Borback, or Rywack, or whatever you want to call him, has his first match since losing his Intercontinental title to Mr. Kevin Owens. And it's against Bo Dallas, having recently crawled his way out of hell. And speaking of the Intercontinental Champion, Kevin Owens decides to make his presence known. This was a squash match, pretty much. There's nothing much to say. Bo Dallas got some offense in, but this was just a squash match to get Ryback back on track. Kevin Owens provided some great commentary because he's Kevin fucking Owens, and what do you expect? Ryback picks up the win. Kevin Owens attacks and looks to go for the pop-up powerbomb against Mr. Ryback, but Ryback ain't having it. And he tries to go shell shock, but Kevin Owens ain't having it. So we'll see a rematch between these two. Kevin Owens is going to retain. Next up, we have the celebration for the crowning of the new Divas Champion, Charlotte Flair. Contrary to what a lot of people are saying, she did not get this title because she is the daughter of a 16-time world champion. No. A lot of you who know, I am very critical of legacy wrestlers. And Charlotte has made a great name for herself as a singles competitor on NXT. If you watch NXT, you know how awesome Charlotte is. Anyway, Rick comes out, introduces his daughter along with the rest of Team PBC. Submission Society, I prefer. Charlotte cuts a good promo about her friends, then cuts one on Paige, and Paige takes the mic back and cuts what I can only call a pipe bomb. Yes, it's been a while since we had a nice little pipe bomb, but here it is. And she pretty much rips Charlotte and Becky a new one, as well as the entire Divas division, and that the Divas Revolution is bunk. I could have told you that. And storms off. Then the suck comes in as the crap. That's what I'm calling Team Bella now. The crap comes in. As Nikki says that she's going to get her rematch, blah, blah, blah. Brie comes in, and they have a match between Charlotte and Brie. Now, I will say last night that Nikki did put on a pretty good match for herself. Tonight, Brie did not put on a good match. She cannot go in the ring with Charlotte, and Charlotte really had to hold back against her. So, Charlotte wins. I really wish I could have seen someone else fight her, particularly the boss. Yeah, but beggars can't be choosers. Next up, we have Sheamus versus Mark Henry. Another throwaway match, mainly because Sheamus didn't have a match last night at Night of Champions. Sheamus wins with unofficially 2 bro kicks, even though the first one missed completely, but Michael Cole said he caught a piece of it. Bullshit, that's making Botchamania. Matthew's going to catch it. So anyway, Sheamus wins. Enough said. Next up, God damn this feud. The New Day and Rusev versus the Dudleys and Dolph Ziggler. I have no problem with the New Day and the Dudley boys because I happen to like their angle. It's entertaining. Both teams are entertaining and they put on great matches. Even though last night's match between the two teams ended in FUBAR, I don't mind it because it still made both teams look kind of strong. The fact that they're sucking them into this Rusev Ziggler bullshit. Remember, Rusev got beat by a shoe last night. Don't let them what people say fool you. Dolph Ziggler did not beat Rusev. A shoe beat Rusev. Thankfully, this match was okay, even though there was a small tirade between that Rusev was shouting towards Ziggler about how Lana was his and blah, blah, blah. I fucking hate this storyline. I want it to stop. I want it to go away. It is killing Rusev and Ziggler. Needless to say, New Day and Rusev pick up the win. Thankfully, neither of the teams that I'm interested in actually looked bad in this match, as it was Rusev who pinned Dolph Ziggler. Thankfully. All for the rest of the night. We also have Seth talking about how they need to do something about Kane. So the Authority goes to Kane, and Kane cuts a very creepy promo about, hey, you had the mask last. If you lost it, it's on your head. And Steph looked kind of afraid. I'm scared for you, sexy power. Yeah. So anyway, transition next to the returning Natalya against Team Bad's Naomi. Now, there was some backstage hubbaroo between Paige and Natalya because Paige called Natalya out during her pipe bomb. Natalya pretty much read her the riot act and then went to go the rest of this match. This was a good match until the end, not because of the interference from Tamina and the boss. No, it's because of the fucking rear view. If you are a subscriber of my show, you know I hate the rear view. It is good for a face, terrible for a heel. And I refuse to admit that a rear view was enough to take out Natalya Neidhart. Naomi wins. Next up, we have the Big Show versus Cesaro. Now, this is supposed to be built up that Cesaro is trying to get some payback against the Big Show, knocking him out a few weeks ago. But really, this is a build-up for next month's Tour from Hell, or the Go to Hell Tour, which would be primarily about Brock Lesnar. And a week from this Saturday on WWE Network, the Big Show will be facing off against the one-man crime spree, Nature's Perfect Predator, he who is above gods, destroyer of worlds, killer of dreams, the annihilator of hope, Brock Lesnar. Now, Cesaro looked pretty good in this match. As good as anyone can be expected in the match against Big Show. And he even pulled off an amazing suplex from outside the ring to inside the ring. But Big Show wins with a knockout punch, and he talks about how he's going to destroy Brock Lesnar and blah, blah. Look here, Big Show. You ain't trying to fool nobody. You know you're scared. Sure, you got some wins over Brock Lesnar, but that was back in 2002. That was old Brock Lesnar. That was Brock Lesnar who was merely superhuman. This is Brock Lesnar now, who is nowhere near remote human. This is a man who Chuck Norris is scared of. This is a man who trained Galactus in how to instill fear. This is a man that there's only one plan that you can have against him. Run. Just run. And as one of my subscribers said, you have better luck of outrunning death. Another one said that Brock Lesnar is the same thing as death. And I said, there's a difference between death and Brock Lesnar. Death will show mercy. Brock Lesnar will not. But yeah, Big Show's impending demise aside, we go to our main event. A rematch from last night. Seth Rollins challenges the United States Champion John Cena, U.S. title. And I will have to give both of these guys credit. Despite putting on a clinic last night, they put on an epic clinic tonight. I may have been critical of John Cena throughout a lot of my videos, but the man has been putting on magnificent matches since his U.S. title run. As long as it keeps him away from the big belt, I'm fine. And as long as he's putting on these 5-star fucking matches, I can give a rat's ass. Love it. And of course, Seth Rollins being Seth Rollins, the amazing in-ring technician that he is. Say what you want about how he's being booked, there's no denying that the man has talent. The end comes when Seth goes for the 5-star frog splash, or the frog splash, or whatever you want to call it. Hits Cena. Cena rolls through it and hits the AA. 1, 2, 3. Cena retains. And as Seth is recovering in the ring, our director of operations, KANE, comes in and decides to direct some operations, saying that as the champion, he will keep him on his toes, and he'll have challengers he'll never expect. Never expect. Lights go red, and from in the middle of the ring, KANE erupts and drags Seth Rollins kicking and screaming to the bowels of hell. And that's Raw. My thoughts? It was an okay Raw. Slightly okay. Sluggish in some points. The beginning they had to make up for because Sting obviously could not come out there. Some solid matchups. Great pipe bomb from Paige. Even the sucking of Rusev Ziggler continues to suck. Troll Kane was Troll Kane, and I love Troll Kane. And the main event was awesome. So I have high hopes for that. So yeah, that's my video. If you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe below. Got any questions, comments, or just want to talk about tonight? Leave it below, I'll get back to you. Want to support the channel? Hitting that like button helps, as does hitting one of these mini advertisements spread around this channel. They really do help out. Or, you know what to do, it's up there. So until next time, it's been shintigercurl, that dude in the straw hat, saying good night, and Troll Kane is really best Kane.